Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. This book is absolutely beautiful. I had never seen this book before and I found a copy used. This is considered the paperback because the actual book itself is a paperback book and the text of it is just wonderful. Beautiful images and really concise descriptions. It has 100 gorgeous butterflies, and then what comes with it is this set of 100 butterflies that are on this very delicate paper, but quality. It's delicate but quality, and they punch out so easily. I am using the butterflies in my journaling. I recently sent some of these out in some paper packs, but one of the things that I love about this is that it leaves a little template here after you tear the butterfly out. Template, as some people say. Template. I've been having fun with inks. I'm making some pages and cards ahead for future journaling. I want to show you this though. I was afraid this paper would curl too much because it is really thin, and you know how some things when they get wet they just curl up. This did not do that at all, however. Let me show you what a beautiful, beautiful end result you get with this template and the spray distress ink. I think one of the dangers with spraying something and using something light like this is blowing it out of place. So I sprayed very carefully from straight above, and then I'm just going to dab off the excess, and I'm being really careful not to move the template at all because we want what's underneath to be just completely intact, and it is. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I'm just in love with that. I think it is so pretty, and I thought I would just play with some different designs and make some cards ahead for journaling. This turned out really nicely as well. This stencil is 5 by 7. I love the leaf pattern, so I'm just going to spray again from overhead with this Tim Holtz Distress Spray, and that leaves the pretty leaf design. And then I'm going to come back with one of the butterfly cutouts or templates and just lay that down flat. The Spotted Shoemaker. And let's go back with a darker ink and do that. You know, I think it might make the wings look patterned. I need to leave one. Okay, so that went under the edge of the stencil or the template. You can see it's still pretty. It's still pretty, and we're learning. So that is okay. Let me try again. And this time, I think what happened with this is that the paper got so wet that it made the paper curl, not the stencil, but the paper itself. So I only put a little bit on this one, and I'm going to lay that flat again, try to press that down, and you know what, this time I'm not gonna put any paper towel on that at all. Ooh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. That's really, really pretty. And this ink dries quickly. You know, these would be so beautiful to be able to write on, to just add more layering to. Aren't they beautiful? So let me start spreading these out across the desk to completely dry. Some of them are already dry. And again, it dries pretty quickly, especially if you dab off the extra ink. And I was working earlier with acrylic paint and that same stencil. I really like that. Look at this beautiful faint image on this one. That was using the antique linen. I'm going to make the paper curl. I can see it already. But let's do this. Let me take this, and it's going to be okay if we get a little bit of darker ink in there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oh, so that's really pretty. Let's try a different butterfly. This book, though, I bought my copy used. I think it's worth having, even if you have to buy a new copy. I've been looking online to see if there were any copies out there. I found one or two on Amazon of the paperback. You have to be careful though and make sure you're getting the right thing. I'm going to share the ISBN number to the book that I have just in case you're interested in having this book. Oh, I love that. So I'm just doing something so simple, making some journal cards with nothing but these butterfly cutouts and some distress ink. And when these dry, they will be really pretty for a journal. Let's do that one. Let me find another color. Let's do the blue. I love it. Isn't that gorgeous? Whoa. That's okay. I've got butterflies everywhere at this point. Oh, look at that. That one did curl. Now, what is the difference? Maybe it's just wetter. That was the water-based, acid-free Glimmer Mist. And then this is the Tim Holtz Distress Spray Stain. Maybe it has to do with the amount of moisture. That is most interesting. So what I want to do is always store these flat and definitely hang on to these. I know that I'll use these over and over again. They're just so pretty. I wanted to talk about stenciling because I did some messy stenciling earlier. There is a way to do stenciling properly. You're really supposed to use a brush that is completely flat. You want the stencil to stay completely flat and you press straight down. Back when people lived in dark, dreary farmhouses, there were traveling painters who carried around their sets of milk paints and their brushes, and for a place to stay and a meal, they would stencil a border in a room or stencil a piece of furniture or something like that. There, that's pretty. I know the difference between doing something sloppy and doing something with a little more care. I like the way that turned out. I need to make that center of the A a little bit smaller. I think I'm just getting messy today. Maybe a different color? I might use this really, really light antique linen, and I have an idea for block out some areas for actual journaling. Pick this up and this. That's so cute. Ah, I love it. Love that. And I will use a darker ink this time. Let's just see what happens. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so that wasn't bad. Getting a lot of cards done. All right, we're going to try some layering of colors. This is the one that I did the stenciling on. And I'm going to be brave. Let me put these away. I'm going to be brave and just go right over all of that work that I did. And I think I'm going to try a bright color and just see what happens. And that needs to be flat. Oh, that's so pretty. I do like that. You know what you could do if you had, let's do this. Cut some holes out. Let's just do this. Now what if we do this? I'm going to have to keep the stencil with the butterflies if this works. Oh, that's so neat. Well, it could be better, but I think it's okay. It's going to be pretty when it dries. Let's don't waste that ink. I'm going to try something else here. Let's see if that soaked up anything. It did. That's really neat. Look at that. I think it's all pretty because it's a base. Don't consider it done. You have to know that this is something that you can add to, and I love that. It's just so much fun to play. It's fun to play and not be worried about what happens. So let's do this. Let's do that. And then let's do this. Whoa! I messed it up. That's okay. And I wonder if we went back one more time. What if I took... Oh, I don't really want to sacrifice one of my butterflies, but I might have to. Is that one big enough? I can spray the back. That's going to take a little while to dry. Oh, that might just be my favorite. Okay, dry that off. Look what it did to that. That's pretty too. Look. You know, it seems like just sometimes almost senseless doing things like this. I do think you learn technique, though. It would never have occurred to me to spray this with distress ink to get the white dots to be brown, but it really is pretty. I'm going to leave that and just let it dry because I want that really, really dark color. And I'm going to stop there. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back really soon with some gorgeous paper packs. Bye for now.